Hello everybody, welcome back to the video, and yeah, this is a remake of a previous video. Basically, my old Who Should Be the New Avengers video started to be kind of disproved, debunked, in the following days after the original one was made, and so to celebrate 100 videos on the channel, video 100 will be a remake of my new Avengers video. So obviously, Sam Wilson, Captain America, is going to be the starting point, and I feel like he'll be the Nick Fury of the team. Seems like a safe bet to assume he would be. So I'm going to say this is the easiest one. So let's just move on to the next one, really. Shang-Chi is on this team because the director of the original Shang-Chi movie is apparently directing the Kang Dynasty. So I could see him wanting to put the character he was in charge of their first appearance as the leader of the Avengers. So I feel like Shang-Chi could be a very interesting addition to this team. There are several. It's a mix of old and new characters. I think that would make for a pretty interesting team. Shang-Chi was one of the first new characters introduced in terms of the movies. And in terms of actually title holders, he was actually the first new character after Endgame. Because you have WandaVision, which is about Scarlet Witch and Vision. And then you have Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Black Widow. So Shang-Chi was the first main new character. Well, first new character that was the main character of their project. The first ones were in Disney Plus shows, but anyway. I feel like this could be an interesting pick. A lot of people are speculating the 10 rings are connected to Kang. So, could be useful to have Shang-Chi on the team. Let's move on to the next one. I think James Rhodes, aka the War Machine, would be a great pick for this new Avengers team. He is most likely going to be the new Iron Man for the MCU. So that seems like a good starting point for the character. Also, he is, a political figure, whether he knows it or not, because he was replaced by Skrull. Controversial decision, but, maybe he joins the new Avengers team because he didn't actually get to be there when he was needed the most, which was that fight. He was there. There was a Skrull as him, but he might feel guilty, and that could be his character arc, is he feels bad that he was abducted and wasn't able to help in the fight against Thanos. That could be an interesting story for him, but it remains to be seen whether or not he's even going to make it out of Armor Wars. It's incredibly likely he will, because they're not going to give this super, big background character a movie and then kill him off at the end. That would not be good. I don't think that's the image Marvel would want for themselves. So, I think he will survive Armor Wars, but I don't think he'll make it out of the Kang Dynasty, because I think that one of these is going to take the Phil Coulson role of that first Avengers movie. And I think Rhodey is that character. I think he's the one that won't make it out of this fight alive. So, you gotta have some OG characters. This guy's literally been around since Iron Man, the first movie, the first piece of the MCU. I think it would make sense for him to come back for the end of the multiverse saga. So, yeah, I think Rhodey is a safe bet. Star-Lord, Peter Quill. Yeah, I can see Star-Lord being on the new Avengers. Maybe he's not recruited onto the team, but maybe he finds them and during Kang's invasion and says, "Hey, I know I wasn't the biggest help at the Battle of Earth, and it is kind of my fault that Thanos got away with the Time Stone, but I would like to help out." And I feel like they would say, "Yeah, sure, you help out. Just whatever," because they will want as many people as they can. So if they can get Star-Lord, cool. Plus, he also is kind of an expert on space, which is something I think would be very useful to them. So, yeah, I think Star-Lord is a pretty safe bet. So, we've still got a few more. So let's move on to the next one, who is another one I'm 100% sure will be on the team. Ant-Man, Scott Lang. Alright, yeah, okay. So, honestly, they could have Ant-Man be the Phil Coulson of Kang Dynasty, the character that dies to show the level of threat, or dies in air marks, but actually gets their own spinoff. But Ant-Man is an expert on Kang. Loki is as well, but I feel like Loki Season 2, they're probably going to try to tie that into Kang Dynasty, so Loki could be on the team, but I don't know. So, yeah. Ant-Man, on the other hand, has actually faced a variant of Kang. He's actually faced Kang, not a variant. Kang the Conqueror. So I feel like he is a safe bet to be on this new team because he survives Quantumania. That could make him the pivotal figure of the multiverse saga. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to go Shuri from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or just Black Panther in general. But I feel like Shuri's inclusion would make sense. They need a genius. And that's something that hasn't really been checked off yet. So Shuri could be the genius inventor for the new Avengers. And plus, it also doesn't hurt that she was Black Panther during Time Runs Out, which directly led into Secret Wars. So, maybe they're setting her up to be on this team. So, yeah, I feel like Shuri is another one that's a pretty safe bet to be on the team. But I do have one more that is, well, a little out there. So, stick with me. I'll explain. So the last member I'm going to propose is Mark Spector / Stephen Grant / Jake Lockley, aka Moon Knight or Mr. Knight. Okay, this is the weirdest one. You might be thinking, well, isn't he more suited for the Midnight Suns? And for that, I would say yes, absolutely. However, there's no word on Midnight Suns being in development right now. He could maybe show up in Blade. I don't know if that movie ever gets made. He could make an appearance. But in the comics, Moon Knight has actually been an Avenger. I was looking up some stuff for some of the different characters, and I saw he was an Avenger, but he quit the team. But he does bring something interesting, which is a comparison to Thor. So let me explain. So Shang-Chi is basically the equivalent to Captain America. James Rhodes, he is your Iron Man. Peter Quill is your Hawkeye. A lot of these comparisons don't line up nicely, but you can kind of see, Shuri isn't really a great comparison for Black Widow. She's more of an inventor, but some of these are supposed to be parallels, kind of fitting in what the team needs. So this would bring in some of the supernatural, like you see with Thor, except much more violent than Thor with a... Actually, no, not as high of a body count. Thor probably has a higher body count than Moon Knight. But Moon Knight could also bring that element of chaos to the show. Well, not to the show, to the movie. I am hoping for a season 2 of Moon Knight, because that first season was incredible. But he could bring an element of chaos. Just when, Kang's got them cornered, this whole time he's been he's in his, maybe Stephen Grant persona. Or actually, we'll say he's in Mark Spector. He's in Mark Spector mode. And then all of a sudden, Kang is coming out of nowhere, and he just immediately, goes into Stephen Grant mode, takes Kang off guard, allowing the team to make an escape. He is the ultimate wild card, and I think he would be extremely useful on this team. Plus, they're gonna have to establish some way for Moon Knight to be involved. Because the show has no connections to the rest of the MCU. So I think this could be a great way, is having him be on the team. So there you go. That is the new Avengers team. The new Avengers team, because the original one did not work. Because Chris Hemsworth said that he doesn't know if he's returning as Thor. Elizabeth Olsen says she's probably done as the Scarlet Witch. And Tom Holland was unsure about his future as Spider-Man. So there you have it. That is it for this redo. Did you guys enjoy it? Which one did you like more? Did you like the original list? Or do you prefer this lineup? But that's it for this video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.